told you that most artists can't draw their drawings the way they imagine. People make silly mistakes, so I'll show you how to draw Vegeta and Goku correctly. Join Art Lucas on vacation. Only during this December and January vacation, our course is having an unmissable promotion. It's going for RRF. Every artist begins with one step. Start now using the link in the description. Let's begin this easy tutorial. Alright, you already know, right guys? Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you'll get plenty of tutorials in your notifications, alright? Alright, let's get started on our drawing. We've already divided the paper here twice, as you saw. One horizontal line across the middle and one vertical line. Let's start on Goku's side, alright? So we'll begin by drawing Goku's face here and finish with this small line down here for the chin, alright? Let's draw a bit of his hair here before we do the inner parts of the face like the eyes, nose, mouth and eyebrows. First, let's at least draw these two big strands of hair here, alright? And then we can even, guys, before doing that, we can even draw the ear. Look, let's draw Goku's ear, finish it here and also finish the details inside the ear. There, perfect. I mentioned doing the face, but let's finish the hair since there are just a few lines left, you see? We're done. Now just a few details here that we're going to use. See? So, shall we start working on this other part, which is the face? Let's start here with this line. Now we do the eyebrow. Remember that near the hair it starts thicker and ends thinner. Here, near that little wrinkle he has between his two eyes, we draw the eye, see? Following almost right along our sketch, and then draw the inner circle of the eye. Now we're going to start adding some details here. Look, here on the forehead and here on the eye too. See these little details? Let's do the nose now. Look, I'm going to draw the nose right here. The nose on both faces, including Vegeta's. See? Because it's all going to be the same, so we do that first, alright? And the mouth too. Let's start doing it here and on Vegeta's side too, see? If you want to wait and do those two little lines on the other side when you're working on Vegeta, you can, but I decided to do everything at once. Now we're going to finish up here. Look, for the neck, a long line going down. Look guys, it even flashed here, see? But let's finish up and then we finish the shirt here, finish some lines here just to wrap up the bottom part, and let's start drawing Vegeta. It's easy too guys, we start with the outline, right? For his face, remember that the chin will line up perfectly here. Look, with Goku's chin, see? And after finishing the chin here, we can already start here. Look, following the same direction there, you see that I'm going to follow some directions. Notice here so you can see the ear, see? We always follow the same direction because they're different characters, but this way we can fit him in perfectly in the same proportion. We generally take those measurements, but not exactly. You take the same direction there because when you make two drawings side by side and you follow that same direction, you can do it, right? Make your drawing have a more harmonious proportion between the two characters because they're different characters, so they have different features, but when we do this, we don't even notice those differences in their features. So that's an amazing tip for those of you who like to draw in this style here and there. Now we're going to start finishing the eye. Alright, now guys, what are we going to do? Let's finish up some details here, right? First on the face, look, and then we'll finish the hair. Because down here, look at the clothes, it's pretty easy. Look here, see, we finish here, we draw the line, down there another line, and keep drawing, see? Once the clothes and hair are done, just finish up and look. Perfect, we finished the hair in a simple, easy, quick way without any complications. Alright guys, do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments, okay? But I'm sure that with this tutorial, you guys will be able to do it. Let's start outlining our drawing here. You already know how it goes, right? I don't even need to say it. Always use the Unipin pens. In this case, this one is the 6. Let's go ahead and do an outline. It's really cool, guys, because this is the part where we transform our drawing. So, if you make a nice drawing, a nice sketch, but don't do a good job finishing it, the drawing will still look nice. Alright, just a reminder. If you still have doubts about how to outline or do the final art, check out the second link in the description. Come be my student in our course, How to Draw Better. By the way, how to color well, right? How to color well, yeah, that's it. We're going to start coloring our skin tone here. We're going to use the same brown to do the shadows for Goku and Vegeta here, remembering that it's not actually a brown. To be honest, it's burgundy, it's a kind of reddish brown, here next to Vegeta. Guys, there's more intensity in the shadow. You see how almost his whole face has shadow? So let's be really careful and do a lot of layers here, right? And me? Then I took a more reddish pencil to make a shadow here on the more intense side of Vegeta. And then we're finishing up here. I took the same skin tone here to finish these shadows. I took this same tone and reinforced all the shadows on both sides, Goku and Vegeta. We just need to take the pencil and press it, right? Not too much though. The harder you press, the more those white dots show up. The secret is layering, right? I'm going to add just a few layers here so it'll stay a bit like that. Just like it turned out, see? So what do you think? Then we finish here with the skin tone. Remember to look at your color palette and choose a shade that's closest to this one. From here, I think it would be a sand color, right? So let's finish up here. Goku's outfit there was just orange, and here on Vegeta's side it was pretty easy too. Blue and yellow, let's make Goku's hair blue, and then we'll do the eyebrows and eyes as well. And I started adding some shadows to his hair with cobalt blue, which is the dark blue, and Vegeta's side is with red. Alright, and look at that guys, look how our drawing turned out. Personally, I really love these two characters. Look, I'm not going to lie, I like Goku more, but let me know in the comments which of these two is your favorite character. So, what did you think of our drawing? Leave it in the comments. And stay tuned because we have an amazing series coming up where we're going to draw Dragon Ball, Naruto, and several other animes. Alright, that's it. See you in our video tomorrow.